Good evening, everybody, from Choctaw Stadium in beautiful Arlington, Texas. This is MLS Next Pro action tonight in the Lone Star State as North Texas SC takes on Real Monarchs here in Texas. Sean St. Jacques, happy to be with you here for a Western Conference affair, helping to kick things off here on Matchday 5 in MLS Next Pro. It's going to be a really fun slate of games this weekend. Great games in the East, of course, on Saturday and on Sunday as well, with some big games in the West leading you into the late hours of Sunday night for a really fun weekend overall of MLS Next Pro action. North Texas coming in with 3 wins so far this campaign. They'll have a good support, young and old, here with them tonight. A lot of age groups here to see North Texas play. They're playing a really good style of play under Javier Cano, and here is his starting lineup. Mulatto returns from injury. He's one of the best strikers available to Coach Javier Cano. He gets the start up front tonight for North Texas, along with Tiro Ferreira and Diego Hernandez. It's a really strong midfield as well. Alejandro Urzua leading that. Jamison Olave's starting 11 for Real Monarchs looks like this. Taryn Williams has their lone goal so far this season, but Elijah Paul is there to help in the attack. Jacques Son as well is a very strong player out of the University of Pittsburgh. Moses Nyman and Tyrone Mondi in a very strong midfield alongside Griffin Dillon. And it's Gavin Beavers who is in goal tonight for the visiting Real Monarchs. Monarchs so far this season, 1 win in 4. They're on 3 points, and they're 11th in the Western Conference of MLS Next Pro. Javier Cano's group in 4th place. They have 9 wins to their name. They've won 3 of their first 5, and the boys in the red and navy are going to be the ones going from right to left here on MLSNextPro.com. Again, Sean St. Jacques on hand for this one. Really happy to have you along for it. North Texas play a very high-tempo, attacking style of play, as they always have since even going back to their USL League One days. Real Monarchs have plenty of pedigree themselves, have been champions of the USL Championship, and are hoping for great things this season in MLS Next Pro after a really strong finish to the campaign last season. North Texas kick us off, and we are very much underway here from Arlington. And again, North Texas will be going from right to left on your device here on MLSNextPro.com. Third ever meeting between these two. North Texas has dominated head-to-head in this fixture. Played 2 times in 2022. North Texas won by a combined score of 7-0. That was 1 home game and 1 away test last season. So Real Monarchs are looking for a little bit of revenge here, but more importantly, trying to get 3 points on the board to get into that early season playoff chase in the Western Conference. Well, is ping-ponging around in the midfield. Diego Hernandez putting the pressure on. Real Monarchs will control at the back through Omar Alba initially. And again, just to be clear, again, there's a football stadium. There should be a baseball stadium as well. It's the yellow lines that we need to be looking out for, as it is a darting run through the Real Monarchs back line. In the end, Gavin Beavers is equal to it. Bright start as we've come to expect from Javier Cano's group, and Real Monarchs fend off the first chance.
I don't have a bubble.
A couple of players come together there on this near side. Again, the yellow lines are in and out here, so ignore the white lines here.
Yeah, it's like
if you can. Easier said than done, I must admit, but it is how Choctaw Stadium is composed. Other big events here as well, so North Texas will take control of it here tonight. Saw the fans earlier filing in. It's always a good support here for North Texas, and Javier Cano talked about that in his media availability this week. Wants to make sure his team continues to play for the fans as they've been all season long and give them a performance that they can be proud of here tonight. Of course, for those that have followed North Texas, not only in their MLS Next Pro days, but in their days before that in USL League One, this has always been a very difficult place for teams to come, no matter what league this is played in for North Texas. Look back at the last 35 games that North Texas has played here. They've only lost 4 of them, 19 wins and 12 draws. That's a pretty strong record. I think that's even putting it mildly. It's very difficult to come here and get points, let alone get all three. So it's a tough test for Jamison Olave's group. But if we know Jamison Olave, not just from his playing days, but from his coaching since he took over here at Real Monarchs 6 years ago, we know that his teams can stand up to stiff opposition. Make no mistake about that. Lovely crossing of the field there. Great ball over the top. It slid through in behind for Mulatto. Mulatto, he stood up, but North Texas have a corner as we pass the early 3-minute mark in the match. Jose Mulatto was such a key component for North Texas up front last season. Javier Cano talked about how much they had missed him. He is back, and they're hoping he can get on the score sheet tonight, get right back to where he left off a season ago when North Texas made the playoffs under Pamadou Ka. From the corner, it's taken short. In the end, it stood up nicely on that far side. It's well defended. Here's Mangalov on that far end, putting in the challenge, and it was very clean. And now Real Monarchs can potentially push the other way. Chance now as Mangalov makes up some good space here. He leaves it off for Moses Nyman, has good experience at multiple levels in the MLS food chain, including the top level. It is a young group for Jamison Olave. We talked with him about it. You know, a lot of coaches have talked about the culture around the team, players, I should say, from different backgrounds, different experiences, different motivations, and things of that nature. Jamison Olave has had training sessions at times, he's told us, with just 7 players, guys going in and out, whether it's through the academy or up to the first team. Can sometimes be difficult, but the media relations team actually told us, and Jamison Olave, we're told, is sometimes too modest to talk about things like this, but the media relations team told us that Jamison Olave has the patience of a saint. He's a player's coach, someone the players can trust and rely on. And he's always someone that's going to stick with you and try to put you in the best position to succeed. Eric Holt sends it forward. Texas putting a little bit of pressure on high up the field. It finds its way back to Beavers, and now Holt. Biggest thing that Jamison Olave talked to us about was just that consistency as the whistle stops the attack here for the visiting side. Tyrone Mondi tried to squeeze his way through. It'll be a North Texas free kick. Just getting that consistency down. Again, they had a tough start as far as results are concerned, but they had that big win against Earthquakes 2 a couple of match days ago that gave them a lot of confidence. And despite losing 4-0 against Sporting Kansas City 2 last time out, plenty of encouragement for a majority of the match. It was just isolated moments where either energy dropped, concentration left them for a fleeting moment, and SKC2 made them pay for it. North Texas on the other side of the coin, 2-1 winners over Minnesota United FC2 last time out. Before that, of course, a tough defeat against Austin FC2, in-state rivals now, of course, in this season of MLS Next Pro. It was a tough one for Javier Cano's group to swallow, but boy, did they bounce back. That's happened both times that they have struggled this season, although again, they had the 2 losses back-to-back, and Javier Cano expressed the fact that he thought that they could get better results out of those 2 games. Just didn't happen for them. But he said 9 points out of 5. I think just about would have taken that at the start of the season. So big picture, he's happy, but he did tell us would have liked to have improved the results of those 2 games. Felt like they really left something on the table. But they bounced back, got in the win column last time out. 4th place in the West coming into the weekend. And they have big, big aspirations once again, as they always do around here in Arlington. Nice move there. It was Teo Ferreira who ends up picking up, or actually gets dropped in the end. It's a foul and a free kick. And North Texas can reset back to live action. Abed Korcha sending it over the top. Mulatto loves making these darting runs in behind. Has some navy and red up with him for support. And it was good interplay between Urzua and Hernandez, but it breaks down in the end. Carlos Saint, the Haitian international, tried to send that forward. The attack breaks down, and Gavin Beavers collects. Kane Mangalov got off to a good start. He might get it back here on this near side. It has to be dealt with. And in the end, the offside flag is up. Even if he would have gotten there, the attack still would have fizzled out for Real Monarchs. Again, for those that followed Real Monarchs last season, don't let the beginning parts of the season fool you. They finished the season rather strong, actually knocked Earthquakes 2 out of the playoffs late on in the season a year ago. They went on the road to get that result. They had to come from behind in that game. Again, Javi Sillalave always tends to figure it out at some point during the season with these groups and always develops bright young stars. Mulatto through the middle was the target. Pass from Hernandez was cut out. It'll be recycled by Corcha. And it's all the way back to the goalkeeper, Antonio Carrera, who can reset along with Henry Santos. Javier Cano listed a bunch of players that he was impressed with as far as the leadership side of the game, and he talked about it as well. Mixing in the younger guys with the older group is something that does take some time, especially when you have so many moving parts. Lovely ball floated over the top here for Hernandez to run onto. Good step from Alba. And Real Monarchs can reset. Multiple players got a shout out. Henry Santos was one of them, along with Andre Costa as well. Michael Weber got a shout out from Coach Cano as well. The way they've been leading the group on and off the field has really helped North Texas get off to a pretty good start that they have had to this season. Ten minutes in, still looking for our first clear-cut opportunity. Again, North Texas have looked the more likely. And that was the right idea. Mulatto holding up the play. It does take a nick on the way through. It is a throw-in as Malachi Molina was the target. That ball down the far side of the pitch. Mulatto again. Two players on him. Going to be difficult to muscle him off the ball. But the pressure does pay off. Pass was misplaced. It takes a deflection, and it's a goal kick. One other game going on tonight in MLS Next Pro. Revs 2 trailing against New York Red Bulls 2 at home. Red Bulls 2 leading by a goal to nil. That one, I believe, just entered the 80th minute. And then it's Atlanta United 2, Chicago Fire FC 2 tomorrow before Sunday's slate, which is jam-packed with a ton of great action. Lots of good matchups. We highlighted that at the Open. Really good amount of enticing contests to come on Sunday in particular. Just another week in MLS Next Pro, to say the least. Back for Beavers. It's a misplaced pass, but Holt is on the case, and he's able to clear the lines for Real Monarchs. Gets chested down into the middle. It was Jacques Son, the former Pitt Panther. And Monarchs having some trouble putting some passes together. They get the ball back. Abdu Njai is our center official tonight. Had a look at that challenge. Came in on Alejandro Urzua. And there is a Real Monarchs player down here. It is Delentes Pierre behind the play. And we'll see if he will need some medical attention. He is able to get back to his feet. Referee on the case, checking in with him to make sure that he can keep going. This is exactly what referees here are expected to do in Next Pro. It's well handled. We get another look at the challenge. I beg your pardon, the challenge was by Urzua. He didn't receive it. Both went in. Pierre got the worst of it. Referee makes sure that he is okay, and we'll be able to play on here with Pierre on the pitch. It's that new OTR rule. I guess not as new as it was last year, of course. Came in midway point of the inaugural season. It's a rule that's been widely liked by coaches and players for the most part around the league. Endeli was able to get away from trouble initially. Then he's brought back, and it's a free kick. And North Texas can reset. This is Saint. Playing it near side. It's a good initial touch by Tyshawn Rose. He does get it upfield. He gets it to a teammate, I should say, before Urzua gives it back. Mangalov back for Holt. North Texas this season with 4 different goal scorers have found the back of the net. Just the one, the Real Monarchs, although it was an important one. Taryn Williams, number 45 in white, has their only goal, but it was enough for 3 points a couple of match days ago. And that big win on the road against Earthquakes 2 that really gave Jamison Alave's group some confidence. Rose will restart in front of his own technical area where his team resides. Korcha. And again. Korcha goes long, looking for Mulatto. Mulatto nearly gets down with the ball there. He gets a touch on the second attempt. In the end, Real Monarchs were able to come out with it, but only for a split second. The pace on that far side, shown by Endeli, was able to win the ball back, but only for a split second. And then Real Monarchs win a free kick. An interesting first 15 minutes, no question about that. Jamison Alave knowing that North Texas are going to have a lot of the ball. They're going to be very aggressive. They're going to create chances. This portion of the match is brought to you by Advocare Rehydrate. Rethink what you drink.
Series. I mean, there's a little bit of drama for no reason in my opinion.
Near side Rose has help, especially with Ferreira. Nice triangular passing, gets it back to Rose. A little bit of pressure here on Saint, has to send it all the way back here to Carrera. But Carrera is able to keep his cool. And Henry Santos sends it forward. It's a lovely ball. It's a great first touch. Maybe a chance for North Texas here to create something. It's a great ball through the middle, at least it looked that way initially. But Mulatto wasn't ready for it, and it goes all the way through to Beavers. Just a glimpse of what Javier Cano's group is capable of. It's been the book on North Texas, really no matter who the manager's been the last 5-6 years. If they get going, good luck stopping them, let alone keeping up with them. Ball's played centrally for Griffin Dillon. That was the right idea, trying to serve that ball over the top. Played out wide by Mondi. Chance here for Williams to get to the byline. Teron Williams, he stood up, but he wins a throw after a nice passage of play from the visitors.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's been so inconsistent, but like play out time normally sharpens up. Even like you saw last year.
From the ensuing throw, ball is well placed into the penalty area. Elijah Paul.
Yeah.
Sent back in, it's cleared. Paul might get back onto this, he does, in traffic. Great cross into the middle, Carrera palms it out of trouble. Lovely service, Mondi recycles it. And Matt Longove can reset. Great chance here for the visitors. Their best passage of play. Needed the touch from Carrera. There was the run from Mondi on the overlap at the back post. He could have tapped it in potentially. Great goalkeeping from Antonio Carrera. Snuffs out the chance. Real Monarchs now starting to find a foothold in the game. It's been mostly North Texas to begin proceedings. That's what Mr. Olave's group tends to do. They absorb the pressure, and then can they hit back? Mentioned the home stat earlier for North Texas. Those 19 wins, 12 draws, and just 4 defeats in their last 35 home games. In that stretch, they've scored 75 goals. 55 of them have been assisted goals, and we've conceded just 41 during that 35-game stretch. That is a really strong record. Plus 34 goal differential at home.
I'll show you how bad I am.
Molina. Malato was the target on the ball through by Hernandez, but it's well dealt with by Eric Holt and sent further back upfield for Corcha to shepherd out for a throw. Bit of an over the back there, referee spots it, and it's a North Texas free kick. Near side Rose. Nice movement from Molina with the ball. Forward by Urzua. Now Hernandez. Able to play it out wide. Indeli. Lato's in the middle, as is Ferreira. Great little give and go. Lovely challenge defensively on that far side. And it's cleared away. It was Delence Pierre who did the job defensively there. Really, really strong challenge. And again, Real Monarchs, just where it looked like they were going to be stretched out, were able to keep themselves in shape and in check on the defensive end of the pitch. Sean St. Jacques here with you, MLSNextPro.com. Good start to this game. North Texas have had a couple of chances, but Real Monarchs arguably have had the best chance so far. A palmed out cross from Antonio Carrera could have led to a big opportunity for the visitors, and we remain at a stalemate here in Arlington. Carl Saint.
Yes, there's a couple things we're not working.
Urzua, and again, tight space to try to find Hernandez. This is Rose. Tyshawn Rose. This is Ferreira.
But what you got?
Ferreira fending off a really physical challenge to keep the possession with North Texas. Now then, Saint again gets it back off a ricochet.
That's a house.
Urzua. Saint wants it in the middle.
Hey, but it.
In the end, it goes to Corcha. Now Saint.
That thing's awesome.
Some space on this far side again for North Texas. It's poked in behind for Malato. Can he hold it up? He can. Indeli.
That stuff's going to become normal.
Looping it over the top. He's trying to find Molina. Real Monarchs just about get it away. Took him a couple of tries. Lovely control by Saint, though. Chance to recycle. Indeli down the line for Molina. Molina looking for Malato. And it's well cut out by Omar Alba and cleared.
Yeah, I don't even have an ox.
And North Texas can drum up another attempt here.
I use the FM transmitter.
Urzua. Out wide for Molina. Couple of step overs. And Delhi
I'd say we might not.
switches the point of attack to Hernandez.
It just started like jamming.
Sees good build-up play again from North Texas. It's Saint! I think it took a deflection on the way through. It goes wide and out for a corner.
It's just a couple.
As the pressure continues to mount from the hosts. It wasn't a bad strike from Carl Saint. Sometimes you look at a shot like that and you say it was a bit ambitious. The deflection maybe kept it down, but it leads to a set piece. Urzua is the short option for Diego Hernandez. That's the way they will go. Urzua's ball in is a good one. It's headed right back out for Hernandez. Hernandez can recycle. Ferreira. Saint again. Corcha. Plays it all the way back, and North Texas will use Carrera.
You commit to it.
This portion of the match is brought to you by UT Southwestern Medical Center, the #1 hospital in Dallas, Fort Worth. Corcha. Ball is played out wide again. This is the route that North Texas has liked to take so far. Urzua into the middle for Ferreira. Ferreira keeps it in possession under pressure. Tried to sneak it through for Molina. Saint and Delhi is stood up. Saint tries to recover it, and in the end it's a good challenge to win it back for North Texas. And this near side by Rose. Hernandez from Rose on the near side. Lovely move in behind for Mulatto, trying to get fancy with it, lost track of it.
It's the only
Holt recovers. That pass is nearly picked up by Indeli. A challenge comes in, referee spots it. It's a foul, it's a free kick, and it's a yellow card. And in the end, just a little bit of a rash challenge from Omar Alba. And his name is taken. Just loses track of it here, has to lunge. After his pass was deflected. And Omar Alba is the first player taken by our official, Abdu Njai. Confirmation of the booking, and now a set piece opportunity. Hernandez interested, along with Urzua. It's been the two midfield maestros so far in this opening half. Hernandez's ball in, has to be headed out of the penalty area. It trickles out, and it is a throw-in for North Texas. Hamishin Alave, you could see at the bottom part of your screen. I think was curious why it took so long for the assistant and the center official to come up with a decision there, but it is North Texas's ball for now. Hamishin Alave has such a great pedigree from his playing career. It's now turned into great pedigree as a head coach as well. And somebody that has experienced so many big moments in his career as well, and now is instilling that into the future players. It's always such a great thing to see, of course.
I remember the Mavericks and the Rangers.
Of course, as a player, won MLS Cup in 2009 with Real Salt Lake, and then with Real Monarchs. Won the team's first ever USL Championship title as well. Quite the resume. His team's on the back foot here. It's a crucial touch by Alba. And North Texas will get a corner out of it.
I think this is one. What's up?
Can the hosts finally breach the Real Monarchs defense? Another short option off the set piece. Referee sees a little bit of extracurriculars in the penalty area. Tries to keep everything cool and calm. Corcha is getting involved a little bit there. Here comes the corner for North Texas. It's a spearing ball in. Header is not a bad one, but it's not on target in the end from Henry Santos. And it is out for a goal kick. Service was lovely coming into the penalty area. Arrowed in to the 18-yard box, but sometimes those are the tougher ones to redirect, even for someone as capable in that position as Henry Santos is. And Real Monarchs can reset. Holt clears it forward. Tried initially to find Elijah Paul. And it's recycled by Antonio Carrera. Texas in search of their fourth win in their first 6 games of the campaign. Big opportunity for Real Monarchs to make a statement here as well, trying to get their second win of the season and start climbing the Western Conference table. Ferreira picks it up. He's harried on this near side. Real Monarchs do win it back. Holt picks it up. Near side, Manlongov, great ball in behind. Cross comes into the middle, a chance to maybe turn. A lot of red and navy shirts in the way. Williams gets stood up as he tried to maneuver through 2 defenders. Great challenge from Malachi Molina. North Texas hold their shape and defend it really well after they were nearly sliced open on the near side. This portion of the match is brought to you by Children's Health, the official healthcare partner of FC Dallas and North Texas SC. Milazzo puts pressure on. It's sent back upfield towards Williams on the far side. Molina lurking on the defensive duties. And Williams just runs out of room there. It's going to be a goal kick. And it's the yellow lines. The white ones don't count. And Williams, who has Real Monarchs' his lone goal of the season so far, trying to create another. But in the end, after great defensive work, it must be said, by Malachi Molina, just ran out of turf on the far side. Rose with a push and a chase. It's going to trickle out for a North Texas throw in front of Jaime Sinalave. Lunging to try to keep it in was Saint. It did trickle out, although Javier Cano was asking the question. It is going to be a Real Monarchs throw in front of the North Texas technical area. Saint steps in. Carrera clears. Malato's hold-up play is excellent. And Deli, great ball through for Hernandez. And Deli continued his run. It's brilliant interplay here from North Texas, and Deli needs to find some space. Hernandez is there in support. Hernandez has his initial pass deflected. He keeps possession. The Real Monarchs do a good job again, forcing North Texas out of the channel. Although when Hernandez with an incisive ball, the touch though allows Holt and company to jump onto it. And in the end, North Texas do regain possession. Santos. Deli is offside. I think he just kept that in, but the flag negates any further action. And that brings us down on 12 minutes to go. And what's been certainly an intriguing first half. Still waiting for our first real clear-cut chance. The palmed away attempt on the cross that Carrera needed to make. He's the closest either side has come. North Texas have looked the more dangerous, but I argue Real Monarchs have had the best chance so far. Well, this flared down that far side. Mulatto again. Brilliantly done, touching it into space. Saint. Santos. Corcha. Santos tried to find Rose. Rose does help him out, wins it back. Oh, he's harried by two defenders. Wrestling match breaks out, and it's a Real Monarchs free kick. Good battle between Jacquesson and Rose. Oh, referee might have a word here. We're about to restart with a free kick for the visitors. And now Real Monarchs can get on with it. Nyman sends it back. Again, Real Monarchs have never scored against North Texas in the two previous meetings. North Texas won 3-0 last May and then 4-0 in August. Home and away. Will the script remain unchanged, or can Real Monarchs make some history here tonight? At least in the head-to-head. This is Teo Ferreira playing it centrally. Urzua, lovely ball in behind again. Molina's touch and his shot. And it ends up going wide of the post. He went with his off left boot there. Wasn't sure if he was going to pass or if he was going to shoot. He ended up taking aim. In the end, not troubling Gavin Beavers. Who can reset with just under 10 minutes left in the first half. This is Molina. Pulled back by Williams. North Texas win a free kick. Ferreira. Threading it through. Getting it back from Hernandez. In the end, the attack breaks down, and beg your pardon, it was Urzua who tried to play a little 1-2 with him. Real Monarchs do get the ball back via a throw. Trying to maybe have the last say here at the end of the first half. At least in its latter stages. Nyman, lovely switch of play. Longov, good first touch. Pass lets him down there. It's well defended at the back there by Tyshawn Rose. He's had a good first half for North Texas on this near side. Saint also had a good first half, it must be said, for the hosts tonight. Helped out with Carrera. This is what North Texas like to do, under pressure, try to play out of the back. So when they can, it could potentially open up for them. Mulatto. Tight space there, but does really well He's held up. It's a free kick. Mentioned earlier that Omar Alba had been booked. He's been the only player to see yellow in this first half. Tells you how well the game has been played. Has been physical at times, but again, being physical without fouling is sometimes one of the most important parts of the game. These two teams have checked off that box for sure in this first half as Milazzo tried a first-time ball out wide, just out of the reach of Herbert Ndeli. Another player that got a shout out from Javier Cano this week, a guy that's been, again, helping bring the team together. Javier Cano talked about some of the team bonding exercises that they've gone through so far this season. We'll get to that in a moment. This is threaded through in behind. Carrera came off his line for a moment, and Rose had to shepherd that out. He does brilliantly well. And it is a goal kick as Jacques Son tried to make a run in behind. Again, Javier Cano talked about Herbert Ndeli, said he was one of the best NCAA wingers at Indiana during his collegiate days. In 1 or 2 years' time, you could be seeing him play at the Major League Soccer level with the first team. So it's just about finding a position for him where he can be consistent and provide really good play game in and game out. But then again, talked about the bonding. Said this week the team went bowling. It's one of their favorite team activities. And he said the competitiveness came out of just about everybody hitting down the pins this week. He said that hopes that Dallas Stars can advance in the NHL playoffs. They're trying to get to one of their playoff games at some point as a group. And we thought that he was going to finish his answer there, but he said, you know what, we also like doing escape rooms as well as a group. And who doesn't love a good escape room? Great way to bring the guys together. Great way to bring anybody together, frankly. And certainly great when it comes to problem solving. North Texas are certainly a tough problem to solve for most teams. But Real Monarchs have been able to stay with them as they continue to try and figure out the equation. That's deflected out for a throw-in for the hosts. Just under 5 minutes left in half number one. Here in Arlington, Milazzo goes to work. It's kept alive by Hernandez. Rose has to backtrack. Again, it's deflected out for a throw. This time it'll go Real Monarchs' way. And we'll get on with it right away. Thrown back into the middle. Nyman. Williams. A bit of a collision away from the ball there. Santos got into it with Paul. We play on. Holt receives. Assesses his options upfield. Has space to run into here for Real Monarchs. Trying to thread it through. In the end, Carrera is able to stop it. Carrera clears. Kept alive on this near side for North Texas to try and maneuver again. This has been the end of the pitch where they've really been trying to make some headway. North Texas have a throw-in out of this. Milazzo. In the end, Ferreira was dispossessed. Sent forward. That far side, maybe a chance for a cross here. Ball is played into the middle. Santos gets his head to it first. Milazzo looks for help. Finds it in Urzua initially. Now it's down the line here for Ndeli. Ndeli keeps it in. Urzua. Saint. Back for Santos. Now North Texas trying to turn the screw at the end of the first half. Rose. Hernandez. Santos into space, poking it through. Too far in front. It'll be easy enough for Gavin Beavers. Alba. As Nyman in support. Now Holtz. Final minute of the half. Potentially some stoppage time after that. Nyman. Played back by Dillon. Monarchs find the opening goal here right at the end of the half. Dillon again. Pass is picked off on this near side by Rose. This is where North Texas can be very lethal. Mulatto. Rose continued his run. Mulatto into the middle. Rose is still there, but so is Beavers. And Beavers is able to read it very well indeed as Tyshawn Rose nearly started and then finished a lovely counter-attacking move. This is the ball that starts it. Mulatto does ever so well. Rose kept on running, and he nearly paid it all off with a goal. But Gavin Beavers was there to deny him. And we enter 1 minute of injury time at the end of the half. Nice retrieval there by Saint. All the way back for Carrera. Has to be a little bit careful there. Does his job with Paul bearing down on him, and it's a late challenge there. Good sportsmanship at the end of it. Allows North Texas to take a free kick. Maybe one last attack here for the hosts at the end of the half. Molina looking for Mulatto. Holt is there. Ferreira trying to pick up the pieces, and he commits a foul. Or no, advantage is played. Nyman continues. Referee waves it on. It's well done by the official. Real Monarchs get a late chance here potentially. Williams on the overlap. Urzua makes a very good step. Real Monarchs have a throw on the far side. Ball is thrown in. Referee had a brief look at his watch, puts his whistle to his lips. Continues to ping pong around deep in this end. North Texas win a free kick, and that will likely be the last major act of the half. And it is. Halftime here in Arlington. A good first half, I would say, between both teams. Real Monarchs arguably had the best chance of the first 45 minutes, but North Texas have had the much better of the play. And it is a stalemate here at Choctaw. North Texas 0, Real Monarchs 0 at the half. We'll look at a busy upcoming weekend in a moment, but before we do, let's look back at the best of what we saw from match day 4 in this week's installment of The Spotlight.
One month into the MLS Next Pro season, and the spotlight seems to be getting even brighter. Here we round up all of the players who stood out following match day 4, starting with the coveted MLS Next rising star of match day 4, Philadelphia Union 2's David Vasquez. The 17-year-old's 81st minute goal not only gave Union 2 their first win of the season, but it also made history in the process. Vasquez will go down in the record books for scoring the 1,000th goal in MLS Next Pro regular season history. The Philadelphia Academy product already made an impact with the U.S. men's youth national team and is certainly poised to have a similar impact on Union 2 this season. The MLS Next Pro Player of the Week for Matchday 4 is a player who helped his team score for. LA Galaxy 2's Aaron Bibu put on a hat-trick performance in their win over a top 10 Whitecaps FC2 team. His 3-goal showing was the first of the season and the first since August 7th of last year by Schneider Borgelin of Inter Miami FC2. The former hat-trick star is now a first-team contracted player. And on a week where there were plenty of goals to choose from, the best goal of Matchday 4 goes to Sporting Kansas City 2's Lucas Rosa. He beat out his teammate Sebastian Cruz with a strike from well beyond the 18-yard box that sailed past 10 Real Monarchs defenders and their keeper. His 57% share of the poll marks the highest percentage of the best goal of Matchday votes to date. The Team of Matchday 4 honor goes to a very deserving Austin FC2 team, a team who played 2 games in 5 days and posted 2 clean sheets and 5 goals. Birdos continued their excellent MLS Next Pro season debut by showing strength on both sides. Damian Lass and the defense have only allowed 3 goals on the season, and offensively, Birdos can score and do so quickly. They managed 3 goals in 5 minutes against North Texas this week and 2 in 22 versus St. Louis. Their 3-game win streak has rocketed them to the top of the Western Conference standings. Congrats to all of our players who made it in the spotlight this week. We'll see you right back here for Who Stood Out following Matchday 5.
And here's what we have to look forward to for the Matchday 5 schedule. Big game tomorrow between Atlanta United 2 and Chicago Fire FC 2. Rapids 2 against St. Louis City 2 is an intriguing matchup in that 6 p.m. slot. And then later on in the night, Los Dos take on Austin FC 2. Timbers 2 host LA FC 2. And then to finish off the night, we're staying up for it, Whitecaps FC 2 take on Minnesota United FC 2. A lot of really good action to finish off a fun weekend in MLS Next Pro. First half highlights and stats are coming up a bit later, but first let's meet one of the top players to watch in MLS Next Pro, Colorado's Daniel Chacon.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos a la segunda temporada de MLS Next Pro. Soy Samara Pérez. El día de hoy nos acompaña un seleccionado nacional de Costa Rica y uno de los jugadores a seguir en esta temporada de MLS Next Pro. Él es Daniel Chacon de Colorado Rapids 2. Daniel, bienvenido y muchas gracias por estar con nosotros el día de hoy.
Bueno, muchas gracias a ustedes por el espacio y bueno, feliz de estar compartiendo acá un rato con ustedes para que la gente también conozca un poco más de quién soy y bueno, un poco de mi vida.
Claro, ya que mencionas eso, queremos conocer más sobre ti. Sabemos que llegar a ser un futbolista profesional no es nada fácil. ¿Cuáles han sido algunos de los retos a los que te has enfrentado y que has podido superar en este camino?
Bueno, creo que al principio de mi carrera, en la primera división de Costa Rica, no tuve mucha regularidad. Pasó toda una temporada que solo jugué un partido y después de esa temporada pasé un año completo sin jugar. Entonces fue una prueba de paciencia, de perseverancia, de trabajo, que creo que ha sido como mi principal virtud, más allá de cualquier argumento futbolístico. Entonces creo que la paciencia y pues la resiliencia para poder sobreponerse de momentos complicados creo que ha marcado mucho parte de mi carrera.
Daniel, formaste parte de la Selección Nacional de Costa Rica. ¿Cómo te sentiste cuando recibiste esa convocatoria?
Bueno, muy feliz. Había tenido la oportunidad de compartir con la selección, pero no en convocatorias oficiales, hasta que llegó me parece que la penúltima fecha eliminatoria para el Mundial de Qatar, que tuve la oportunidad de ya estar con la selección y debutar en el Estadio Azteca contra México. Creo que para mí y para prácticamente cualquier jugador creo que el orgullo más grande que existe es ponerse la camisa de la selección y poder jugar partidos de ese nivel.
¿Y cómo ha sido tu experiencia con la selección nacional de tu país?
Creo que hasta el momento todo ha sido muy positivo. He tenido, como le digo, la experiencia, la oportunidad de jugar partidos muy importantes, de mucho nivel, en contra de muy grandes jugadores, ya sea contra México, también tuve la oportunidad de jugar contra Canadá en las eliminatorias, contra Estados Unidos. Entonces creo que esto te da una experiencia y te da una confianza diferente para afrontar los nuevos retos que vienen en su carrera con más seguridad y con más optimismo, habiéndose probado uno a estos niveles.
Daniel, casi 40 jugadores de MLS Next Pro han firmado un contrato con un equipo de Major League Soccer. Cuando escuchas esto, ¿cómo te motiva para jugar con Rapids 2?
Bueno, creo que esa es la principal, o mi principal enfoque de estar acá. Creo que el paso acá por Colorado Rapids 2, espero que sea de mucho provecho, de mucho aprendizaje, pero también ojalá tener la aspiración de salir de acá lo más rápido posible y aspirar siempre a lo más alto. Creo que sería un error estar conformándose con el lugar donde usted está, y creo que siempre es bueno y habla bien de usted el querer más. Entonces me lo tomo con mucho positivismo el paso por acá, pero claramente teniendo en mente un contrato con el primer equipo y poder competir en MLS.
Y por último, ¿qué es lo que más esperas de tu primera temporada con tu equipo en MLS Next Pro?
Bueno, creo que en mi primera temporada no solo se resume a lo futbolístico, es mi primera vez lejos de mi país, en una nueva experiencia. Entonces creo que esto me va a ayudar mucho para madurar como persona, como jugador, y claramente estar en un ambiente nuevo, compitiendo a un nivel o de una forma diferente a la que lo hacía, y me parece que el equipo está muy bien, que queremos pelear por todo lo que se pueda, ojalá pues quedar campeones, ¿por qué no? O sea, creo que siempre hay que optar por lo más alto, y bueno, yo estoy muy emocionado por esta temporada que está empezando.
Y nosotros emocionados con tenerte. Daniel, te deseamos todo el éxito en tu primera temporada. Muchas gracias por platicar con nosotros.
No, gracias a ustedes por el tiempo.
Y gracias a todos por sintonizar. Soy Samara Pérez. Nos vemos en la próxima.
And we will see Colorado Rapids 2 play on Sunday against St. Louis City FC 2. Going to be a good one on Sunday night. Let's take a look at a good one from this first half. North Texas 0, Real Monarchs 0. The first half highlights here from Arlington, Texas. And it really was the hosts out on the front foot for a good chunk of half number one. But Real Monarchs arguably had the better chances, at least the best chance of the half. Williams here sending this one into the middle. Nearly fell for an opportunity as it was helped by Paul. Here was the big cross, and Carrera had to palm that away with Tyrone Mondi lurking on the backside. That was arguably the best chance either side had in the first half, but then North Texas had some of their dazzling soccer that we've come to expect from them. Diego Hernandez with the build-up play, and then it was a really good strike from Saint from quite some distance. It took a deflection, and it went out for a corner. North Texas wasn't able to capitalize on that. This was a corner later on in the half. It was speared into the penalty area for Santos, and he ends up heading it wide of the target. Couldn't quite get it to go. Then Ferreira here also made a big impact for Javier Cano's side in the first half. Urzua's ball out wide got North Texas on their way, and then Molina with a spinning shot with his left sends it wide of the goal. And North Texas would continue to push. This was maybe their best chance of the first half. Hold-up play from Milazzo. Rose set it up and continued his run, but he was beaten to it by Gavin Beavers, and that is where we stand here at the half. It's 0-0. Halftime stats here. Again, no shots on target for either side. No shots for Real Monarchs, although again, they created one of, if not the best chance of the first half. 3 total shots for North Texas, and again, they dominated the possession as we expected in that first half, but in certain moments, Real Monarchs have been able to find a foothold in this game, and it is well poised for a big 45 minutes upcoming. We will step aside. It is 0-0 at the break between North Texas and Real Monarchs on MLSnextPro.com. The second half is on the other side. Is underway here in Arlington, Texas. Sean St. Jacques back here with you on MLSnextPro.com. It is 0-0 between North Texas and Real Monarchs. North Texas did make a halftime adjustment. Yekar Perlaza has come on for North Texas. Diego Hernandez comes out. That is the only change for either side at halftime. Early run here for Holtz at the beginning of the second half. He's held back. And it is a free kick for Real Monarchs at the beginning of this half. Again, both teams created half chances in half number one, but no clear-cut chances, you could argue, so far. It's been a bit of a chess match at times here, but North Texas have had better opportunities, at least as far as possession is concerned. Real Monarchs arguably created one of, if not the best chance of the first half. And we wait to see who can make the opening statement here in Arlington. And Sean St. Jacques, happy to have you with us in the Lone Star State, 4th against 11th in the West. Helping to kick off match day 5 in MLS Next Pro. That's a great ball lofted in. It's a looping header, central into the penalty area by Pierre, dealt with by Antonio Carrera. Carrera's outlet was nearly able to find its way through to Perlaza. Now Perlaza gets his first touches of the game. Coming in off the bench, Malato, a lot of good hold-up play from him in the first half. Is exactly what he's been tasked to do. Might get it back here, crossed into the middle, touched away from him by Holt after a nice run in behind. Williams, a push and a chase. He's dragged back, referee spots it, and it's a Real Monarchs free kick. Through the midfield, Dylan out wide. Mangalov. Near side, this is Pierre. And Mangalov has had a solid game as well. The wingers for Real Monarchs haven't quite got going yet, but defensively they've been stout. North Texas has had a couple of waves where they've looked very, very lethal. Just haven't quite finished them off. Should mention as well that Omar Alba just passed it to this near side to Pierre, is on a yellow card. No one else was booked in the first half by our center official, Abdu Njai, who gives another free kick here to the visitors. As Tyrone Mondi got the worst of that. It is a set-piece opportunity for Real Monarchs. And talked about the great home record for North Texas here in the first half. Another record that's worth noting, when they score 2 goals, this goes back to last season as well in Next Pro, they have 12 wins, 2 defeats and 2 draws, just 2 losses when they score at least twice. Those losses came last year against Houston Dynamo 2, one of their arch rivals, and Sporting KC 2 have been known to put the ball into the back of the net a few times or two. Jacques Son curls one in, and it is reeled in by Carrera. And again, Real Monarchs' 3rd time of asking against North Texas. They've never scored against them. Trying to break that duck tonight and beat them for the first time as well. And again, it is MLS Next Pro, so if it stays like this, we could potentially head to the penalty spot. But there is a lot more game to play. And the way that North Texas likes to play, I'd be pretty surprised if there wasn't at least 1 goal in this game. Perlaza gets past one challenge. He's able to send this out wide. Good overlapping run. It's sent into the middle. It's deflected out for a North Texas corner. That's great link-up play. Ferreira was involved. Urzua will go and take the corner. Nice play again down that side. Molina's had a good game as well, number 31 in the red and navy. Urzua will take the corner. They're bunched up inside the penalty area, North Texas. But now they spread their wings. It's a decent ball in. Had to be dealt with at the back post by Alba. It's a swing and a miss, and it bounced up onto the hand of Endeli. And it is a free kick for Real Monarchs. Oh, Real Monarchs take that quickly, and because Carl Saint didn't get out of the way, didn't have the 10 yards distance, he is booked. Well, ends up being a rather smart play, I believe, by Dylan, who just said, you know, if you're not going to get out of the way, I'm going to take the free kick. The referee almost had no choice but to book him. That play always seems to be at the referee's discretion. Sometimes it's more of a warning instead of a caution. In this case, our referee Abdu Njai went to his pocket. Jackie Son out wide. Could it open up for Real Monarchs here? Dylan trying to get it back to Jackie Son. It's going to be deflected out, and the visitors keep it on the far side. Nyman, Dylan. This has been the one thing that's been lacking for Real Monarchs besides that finishing touch. They haven't had a ton of possession. That sometimes is by design with this group, but they aren't going to snatch the points here. They aren't going to need to create a couple more chances to add on what they did in the first half. Here's the goal scorer this season for Real Monarchs, Williams. And in the end, the communication breaks down between Williams and Tyrone Mondi. Certainly a lethal duo when they're on the same page, but that time they just couldn't get synced up. Korcha lifts it forward. Nearly fell for the substitute, Perlaza, who appealed for handball there. Referee allows play to continue. This is Mondi. Able to play it forward onto that far side. Jackie Son has been active in these opening minutes of the half. It's still Jackie Son, and it's not a bad effort from quite some distance. But in the end, Carrera had it covered. I think it may have been going wide, but it would have been very close. Maybe post-bound. Carrera was able to lunge down and stop it. Indeli back for Carrera, who's pressured and does get it upfield in the nick of time. Ball pinballs around the midfield. Alba restores order for Real Monarchs. Beavers made a big stop in the first half on a ball in behind from Malazzo, looking for Tyshawn Rose, who just headed that ball down into space. Rose picks it back up, got some help from a teammate. Now he strides forward into the attacking third. Still Rose. Crossed into the middle, headed away by Alba. Malazzo was lurking. Controlled by Paul. Chance for Real Monarchs now on the break. Jackie Son. Looking for Williams, trying to switch the point of attack. And Teron Williams is offside on the play. Well, that's a glimpse of what Real Monarchs are capable of. We haven't seen a ton of it yet, as far as that counter-attacking prowess, but that is what Jamison Olave has at his disposal tonight. And they can certainly make an impact in this game. We just saw a couple of signs of that. You'd think normally North Texas are the kings of the counter-attack. In possession, they have created a couple of half chances, but again, it's been all bark and no bite from these two so far. Ooh, and there is a player down here for Real Monarchs on that far side. That might be Kane Longov, and I think he's going to need some medical attention here for Real Monarchs. They are going to bring on the medical staff to have a look. Real Monarchs have the same 11 out there that started the first half. And now we'll see if they might have to make a change here. And hopefully it is just cramps for the young defender. Longov is a RSL Academy product. And again, the media relations team talked to us about what Jamison Olave's had to deal with, the fact that he's been so patient with this group. It's sometimes a group of teenagers mixing with a group of players in their early 20s and keeping the unit together. being able to have them relate to one another, build that chemistry, build that culture. It's what coaches in this league have to do. As it does look like North Texas is readying a couple of changes here. 2, it looks like, are on the way. Two that would come on be Nairobi Vargas and Andre Costa. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. So Costa is going to come on. Urzua is going to leave us. And that is going to be the end of the night for Mulatto as well. Nairobi Vargas takes his place. It's a like-for-like change. Good shift from Mulatto, again, coming back off of an injury. He puts in 57, just about good minutes for North Texas. Showed some great hold-up play. And Nairobi Vargas, who Coach Javier Cano, again, another player that he praised this week for his work on and off the field as a leader amongst this group. He's going to come on as a like-for-like switch up front. And then we'll see Urzua leave us, and Andre Costa is going to be one of the midfield maestros pulling the strings. And wait to see if Madlongov will come back onto the field. Looks like Real Monarchs will play without him for now. Nyman picks off the pass. Dillon with a curling effort. And down to his left to save it is Carrera. First shot on target of the match. Struck rather well by Dillon, just needed maybe a little bit more bite to it to beat Carrera from that distance. North Texas trying to find a rebuttal. Molina trying to make some space happen as the run comes in. Perlaza lays it off. Costa with a misplaced pass. The attack breaks down. Now a nice spinning move here from Elijah Paul. Paul is dispossessed. North Texas win the ball back. And Delhi for Perlaza. Costa. And again. Ball is whipped in. Perlaza at the back post, didn't quite anticipate it. And it goes out of play for a goal kick. Briefly, you may have seen that Real Monarchs did have a sub waiting on this near side, so it does look like Madlongov may leave us here. And it looks like the change has been made. So Madlongov is out. We hope that he is okay. Nicholas Nobles is going to replace him. So that is the first change for Jamison Alave's group as we approach the hour mark. Williams may have deflected that as it trickles out of play. And he's going to be a North Texas throw. Nice 5-minute stretch from Real Monarchs. Got a shot off from Griffin Dillon that hits the target. Carrera was able to handle it. And if it stays like this, maybe Real Monarchs can switch the game in their momentum, in their direction, and possibly get a famous win here. Still half an hour to play. Nobles, his first touches since coming on as a substitute. Nyman is in support. This is Alba. Alba is harried by Vargas. Nyman for Dillon. Dillon plays a beautiful ball out to that far side. Mondi back for Dillon, who's growing in confidence here. Great ball into the middle. It's chested down, and a spinning and curling shot. He's sent wide of the goal by Elijah Paul. This portion of the match is brought to you by Advocare Spark. Today, tomorrow, every day. Sean St. Jacques here with you on MLSNextPro.com. North Texas 0, Real Monarchs 0. Third ever meeting between these two. North Texas has dominated the series. Can Real Monarchs finally get some points off of them at the third attempt? Mason Olave's group has held firm. They've been very much in this game throughout. Now can they turn the tide? That ball is threaded through. A chance maybe to get in behind for Paul. Carrera sweeps it away and out of trouble. Molina. Dillon stands up Ferreira. Battle continues. Dillon spins out of it. Real Monarchs could maybe create something from this. Ball into the middle. Mondi couldn't get a touch. Williams was behind him. Ball forward is cut out by Alba. Costa. Spinning around is fouled. And it is a North Texas free kick. For those looking around the league, there was one other game tonight up in New England. Revs 2-0, Red Bulls 2-1. Can North Texas find the opening breakthrough here? It's a great run from Rose! And at the back post, Perlaza blocked off the line. And Real Monarchs survive. Crucial last-ditch defending on the line there. Real Monarchs come the other way. Mondi. Dillon lets it fly, it's blocked. Saint plays it back to Carrera. Oh, what a chance for Perlaza here. Rose on the replay. It's a great ball across. Vargas could have scored. Perlaza nearly did. And it's Alba who saves Real Monarchs on the line. Tremendous goal line clearance. And we remain at a stalemate. Best chance of the match for either side. Could this be a sign of things to come? Perlaza here is in an offside position. Well, first Real Monarchs threw a couple of jabs, but that was nearly a big haymaker from North Texas, but it didn't land. Again, kicks from the spot would be looming if it stays like this, but at the moment, that is a big if. Here's Alba. Trying to switch the point of attack to that far side. Holt picks his head up, tries to find Williams. Headed by Endeli. It will be a Real Monarchs throw for Pierre to take quickly. Holt out wide. Ball played centrally. Saint cuts it out for North Texas. Forward for Vargas. Alba is fouled. And with 25 minutes of the 90 left, Real Monarchs can build again from the back. Pierre couldn't quite get the ball from Holt as the pass was astray. And Deli will recycle it for North Texas. Costa playing it back for Santos. Nice centering pass, Ferreira. Costa. Near side in Delhi, keeps it in. What can he do with it? Trying to get to the byline. And it is shepherded out of play, it appears, by Pierre for a goal kick. Nice defending on this near side for Real Monarchs. Fans here at Choctaw Stadium in Arlington trying to give North Texas some support here as Pierre does go down before the goal kick can be taken. He's shaking his left leg. He just needs to have it stretched out, not sure. Hopefully he's okay. Just made a great challenge defensively. Referee helps him up. It's within that threshold, so he doesn't have to leave the field, and we play on. Just how the MLS Next Pro bigwigs upstairs like to see it. Here's Holt. Mondi has space ahead of him. Has men in white in the middle. And it's a crucial touch from Korcha. Williams tries to keep it alive. Poked out of play for a Real Monarchs throw. Holt tries one, and it was rather ambitious. Well, the game has certainly been turned up a couple of notches here over these last few minutes. But who is going to find that first goal? It could be very crucial in deciding the outcome. Or will we have some spot kick drama here in Arlington? That's still very much at play as well. Here's Perlaza, the substitute. Ferreira. And Delhi. Oh, beautiful ball. Perlaza into the middle. Ferreira. And Ferreira is dispossessed by Nyman. Great challenge. Nyman stays on his feet after the retaliation challenge. Mondi. He stays with it. What can Real Monarchs do from here? It is a foul and a free kick as Paul was able to draw the foul. Lovely individual effort by three different players there. And now a North Texas sub as we get to see Hope Avayevu come on here. After a nice passage of play from Ferreira, that's going to be his last act. Ferreira leaves us, and one of the 4 goal scorers for North Texas joins us. Hope Avayevu's been a cornerstone piece here for quite some time now, and certainly is capable of being a difference maker tonight. That's exactly what Javier Cano is hoping. One back by Costa. Nyman cleans up the mess. Tonight's match is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer, Toyota. Let's go places. Foul and a free kick for Real Monarchs in their favor. Chested down on this near side by Pierre. Looks like he's okay after going down a few moments ago. Coming down on 20 minutes left. Dylan through the middle. It's kept alive. Poked through for Mondi. And out of his reach, although the referee brings it back. Paul wins a free kick. And with just under 20 minutes left, this is a very good set-piece opportunity for Real Monarchs. Here's another look at it. And a boot was left in there on Paul. Referee, I guess, was waiting to see how it materialized, and it is brought back for a free kick. And a conference is going to ensue here over which of these talented players he's going to take this. Could be a very important moment in the match. Jacquesson, Williams, in particular, the two that look the most interested. Although Bertrand Jacquesson has seemingly taken charge over this, Nyman is going to have a word with him. And it's a word of encouragement. Jacque Son had such a great collegiate career in the ACC at Pittsburgh. Can he produce another moment here for Real Monarchs? Jacque Son was very well struck, but too close, way too close in the end to Antonio Carrera. It's well hit by the Pit Panther, but it's right down the middle, and Carrera didn't have to move too far to get to it. Again, one game tomorrow in Next Pro. Atlanta United 2 hosting Chicago Fire FC 2. We talked about it earlier. Sunday is the big day. Games all the way from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Full Sunday of MLS Next Pro action from lunch all the way to dinner. And a late night snack on top of that. Here's Avayevu. Sending it down the far side for Molina to chase. And Molina could not quite keep it in play. Sean St. Jacques here with you, Arlington, Texas. Choctaw Stadium, a place where North Texas over the years have built a fortress. Not many teams come here and get a result, let alone win the game. But Real Monarchs have been up to the task so far tonight, and they're going to make a change here. Luis Rivera is going to come on, the defender, and he's going to replace Eric Holt, who put in a very nice shift for the visitors. And that change is now confirmed. Rivera on, Holt comes off. Throw in for North Texas. It's nearly poked into the center part of the penalty area. In the end, it's deflected by Nobles off of Rose, and it's going to be a goal kick for Jamison Alave's group. Perlaza dispossessed. This is Williams. Mondi. Couple of striding touches to keep it alive by Jacque Son. Out wide it goes. Williams flicking it into the penalty area. Jacque Son in the middle. His header is blocked by Carrera. Real Monarchs look for a penalty. It's not been given. Jacque Son is still down. Referee stops the play. Well, it looked like Jacque Son got there first. I think that's why Real Monarchs were asking the question of a penalty here. Williams just scoops it over the top. It's flicked on. Oh, and then Carrera bundles into Jacque Son after he heads it. Maybe he gets enough of the ball there for the referee to let it play on. It was tough to tell on the initial look. But now the concern is Jacque Son. Hopefully he's okay. Got the worst of that collision. He's had a good few minutes here. Bertrand Jacque Son. Just hope that he's okay here. Again, it was a really physical collision after he was trying to head the ball either past the goalkeeper or into the middle for a teammate to potentially finish this off, and it's good to see him get back up onto his own 2 feet here. This was a head injury, so I don't believe he has to come off here, Jacque Son. If he can continue, of course. Again, that's always a big decision. Jacque Son and Carrera talking over the situation. I think Carrera was maybe defending himself for what he had to do there. And the initial thought was, and to be fair, the appeals were half-hearted from Real Monarchs for a penalty. Despite Jacquesson getting there first, I think that Carrera may have got enough of the ball there for the referee to allow the play to continue. I think that kind of takes care of that. Jacquesson is going to trot off, which is good to see. And he should be able to rejoin us. Abdu Njai, our referee, will play a drop ball. Jacquesson is back on, and we resume action. Pushing a chase on this far side, but again, Real Monarchs deal with it. Beavers clears. Ball is flicked over to this far side. Touch forward by Rivera. And it is shepherded out for a goal kick. Rivera gets a bit of a word there from the referee, but North Texas can restart it. Today's match is brought to you by UMB Bank. UMB Bank, focused on you, focused on your goals. 13 minutes left. It's still a stalemate. Both teams have had better opportunities in the second half. But we await the opening statement, the breakthrough goal that could potentially decide where the points go. If we don't find it, we will have some penalty shootout drama here. Kicks from the spot will be in the offing. Ball is floated over the top to that far side. It's chested down. Multiple players running into the penalty area here. Ball is crossed and deflected out by Nobles. Rose making some good headway again. It's a throw. Costa in support. Rose back to Costa. Costa to the byline. Cross is deflected. It's a corner. North Texas now trying to knock the door down here at the Monarchs' end. From the corner. Ball is sent in, deflected by Nyman. Out for Rose. More good work from Tyshawn Rose. Has help behind him. Hope Avayevu keeps it in play. Took a couple of deflections, but it stays with North Texas. Who's going to find a little moment of glory here at the end? Saint, dispossessed by Dillon, retrieved by Korcha. Perlaza. Overlapping run from Indeli. Ball into the middle, deflected. It's not cleared, it's with Rose. Tyshawn Rose into the middle, and a touch away from Vargas. Gives the defensive unit enough time for Real Monarchs to clear it. Molina picks it back up. Now Saint. Costa. Avayevu. Ball is played out wide. Avayevu gets it back. A push and a chase from Avayevu. Ball back for Costa, goes by him. Korcha will get it. Near side Indeli. Trying to thread it through Perlaza. Perlaza's ball into the middle, and it's cleared only as far as Saint, but Saint is beaten to it. Williams from Mondi. Tyrone Mondi is fouled. It's a free kick. With just under 10 minutes left. Nyman plays it out wide. Cross down the line on the far side is deflected. It'll stay with Real Monarchs. be interesting to see if either coach can or will decide to make another change here. Certainly Real Monarchs can if they want. Still have some attacking options off the bench tonight. Hope Avayevu was the biggest move, I think, in Javier Cano's pocket. That's been made. We'll see if either one of these two can find a big moment. Saint, good defensive work on Paul. Real Monarchs is trying to keep the pressure up high up the field, and Deli is able to get past Williams just about, although Williams stayed with him and wins a throw-in for his side, right in front of his head coach. Sometimes that's the best place to do the dirty work, so your coach has got a front row seat at it. Nyman's good ball. Crossed into the middle, and it took a wicked deflection off of Santos. Carrera wasn't sure where that was going to end up. It's deflected out for a corner for Real Monarchs here with 8 minutes of the 90 remaining. Can Real Monarchs find their big moment? Ball is crossed in, and Deli clears up to Avayevu. Lovely first touch from Hope Avayevu. Vargas for Ndeli down the far side. Dylan is quicker there to get to it. Costa. And Deli. Perlaza lunging to keep it in. He stays with it. Cross into the middle is headed to the sky. Rose in there. Avayevu as well. Real Monarchs trying to clear their lines. They do. Dylan up ahead for Williams. Korcha. And then Ndeli slows it down for Saint. Does look like maybe North Texas will make another change. We'll get to that in a moment. Ball is played out wide. Avayevu. For Molina. Costa waits for it. Vargas over the top. In the end, it falls kindly for Gavin Beavers. Dylan, and it's sent forward. And Deli's able to pick up the pieces here. Perlaza is with him. Slightly behind him, but Perlaza keeps it going. Gets past Mondi's brought down just outside of the penalty area. It's a goal kick. Deemed to have been a fair challenge from Tyrone Mondi. And we will see that North Texas change here. Tomas Pondeka is going to come on. And Pondeka will replace a man that had a very strong evening, must be said, Malachi Molina. And this is more of an attacking change here for North Texas. A midfielder comes off, a striker comes on for the final 5 minutes. As Javier Cano's group look for a late moment of magic that is decisive. Mondi, cut out by Korcha. Or could it be Real Monarchs? Could they finally get the results over North Texas? Nyman picks off the pass and goes for glory. But he needed to keep his shot quite a bit lower than that. Now, James Olave talked about consistency this week in the lead up to this game. The second half has provided some positives, I think, in that regard for Real Monarchs. For North Texas, it was really just trying to build off of the last win over Minnesota United FC 2. They'd already bounced back after the 2 tough losses to Whitecaps 2 and their in-state rivals Austin FC 2. trying to continue to build on that momentum. Can they do so here? Pondeka sizes it up and ends up going right into the waiting arms of Beavers. Referee left the area there. And it's because there's a player down for Real Monarchs. Did something maybe happen away from the play here? Teron Williams is certainly asking a question of the referee. This was away from the play. We did not see this. At least not in live action. Here's the collision. Alba stayed down behind the play. That was what ended up leading to this. Maybe Williams was just discussing the fact that maybe something could be given for that challenge. This was the last sequence. Pondeka, the substitute, vibrant play. Shot in the end was right down Broadway. Easy enough for Gavin Beavers as he was able to gobble it up. So now we hope that Omar Alba is okay. He's been playing with a yellow card, it must be said, for some time and doing a really good job of that. Real Monarchs, it can be tough for defenders, especially center backs with a yellow card, to continue to play their game. Omar Alba has done that very nicely tonight for Jamison Olave's group. He's going to exit for now. Hopefully Real Monarchs won't have to make a change, but we'll keep an eye on it. And there's about 2.5 minutes left of the 90. There's going to be some stoppage time, you would think, after that. And if it's still scoreless, each team would get a point. That would mean that Real Monarchs would finally get a result against North Texas in their third attempt, which would be a big moment for Jamison Olave. And then, of course, there would be kicks from the spot after that for an additional point to the winner of the shootout. Beavers sends it forward. And Delhi does very nicely there defensively on Paul. Perlaza is fouled. North Texas get a free kick. Sent forward by Santos. Lovely chest control on the far side by Aveyevu. This is where he can really stride into effect. Chance here to cross it, Pondeka. Still Pondeka, the substitute. His cross is deflected out for a corner. And some frustration from Aveyevu in the middle, who really wanted to receive it. But a set piece upcoming for the hosts. Aveyevu will take it. Can North Texas find a late moment here to snatch the points? Costa and Aveyevu discuss the plan and the strategy. Sent in by Aveyevu. Pondeka controls. Dylan harries him. In Delhi for Costa. Costa, Aveyevu. Hope Aveyevu! And it ends up going well wide of the goal in the end. Tough angle for Hope Aveyevu. I think it went very wide, to the fact that it ended up being a throw-in here on this near side.
We have a substitution for Real Monarchs occurring in the 90th minute. Entering the game is number 87, Dominic Barrios. Coming out of the game is number 51, Omar Burrow.
Omar Alba, by the way, just got substituted off. Dominic Barrios has come on to replace him as we enter 5 added minutes at the end of the match. Anything can still happen here. Plenty of time for some late drama in Texas. Ball is sent back for Carrera. Again, we would have kicks from the spot, with both teams getting a point and fighting for an additional one if no one can find a breakthrough, but there's still time for some late magic. And Deli stands over the throw. Perlaza gets it back. And Deli again. Williams is in support defensively and wins a free kick. And Real Monarchs can, well, if they want to use some clock, they can. Not sure if they'd be satisfied with a point, although they've certainly potentially earned one here, no question about that, as Gavin Beavers has the free kick in the wrong position here. But Jamison Olave, knowing him, he will want to snatch the points here with a late moment. Can they create one? Great chest control under pressure by Paul. He's able to thread it through for Jackie Son, who tries to win it. And Carrera makes a nice sprawling and diving save to keep it level. Nearly the moment for Real Monarchs. Nyman tries to win it back. Saint sends it out of play. Here's the chance again. Jackie Son, it was a tough angle. Confidently hit, but well held by Carrera. Real Monarchs come again. Challenge comes in. It's still in play. It falls for Tyrone Mondi. Great challenge. No, it's going to be a free kick. Korcha is booked. It's a late set-piece opportunity for Real Monarchs. Williams is asking for a different color of card, I think. Another look here, Mondi. Oh, and Korcha, I know his studs are a little high there, but he gets the ball, to be fair to him. In the end, it is a yellow card. Mondi is still down here. And with 2 minutes left of injury time, Real Monarchs, who have stayed in the game and allowed themselves, oh, another yellow card meanwhile has come out here. I think Williams may have been booked there for dissent. We'll confirm that. Mondi is still down. Williams was protesting that there should have been a different color of card, I believe, on the Korcha challenge. Mondi's just getting back up to his feet here. And what we're awaiting is potentially a definitive set-piece opportunity for Real Monarchs. Still waiting to confirm who the yellow was on there, but bigger matters are at hand first. Tyrone Mondi's winning of a free kick has given Moses Nyman a chance here in the dying embers. Nyman for Real Monarchs goes for glory and finds it! Oh my! It's a magnificent goal for Moses Nyman! And with 30 seconds to play, Real Monarchs have snatched all 3 points. The Monarchs find a late moment of magic. And it's stunned silence in Arlington. What a free kick this is from Moses Nyman. And Real Monarchs, who have stayed in the game, have stolen the points. The first goal they've ever scored against North Texas, and it looks to be a winning goal. Just the second goal they've scored all season. And Jamison Olave's group now has seconds left to see it out. Perlaza into the corner. Couldn't keep it in. It's a goal kick. Yellow card for time wasting does come in for Pierre, it appears. And now Real Monarchs want the whistle. Well, for all of the hard work from North Texas, they've seen it evaporate here at the end. We're into the 97th minute now. Can North Texas find a rebuttal? Is there enough time left for them? Avayevu trying to make some space appear. It's a foul and a free kick. There might still be time left here. Saint, North Texas does have to get on with it. Korcha into the penalty area. It's headed down. Beavers, did he keep it in play? It's a corner. North Texas still has time here maybe to take this. Can Real Monarchs hold on to their 3 points here in Arlington? One last roll of the dice. Costa, Avayevu into the mixer, headed down. Santos crossing it into the middle. Costa lets it ride. Avayevu brought down. No foul. Real Monarchs can run it out. Forward for Williams. North Texas are stretched, and it's played back to Carrera. And that is it. A memorable night in Arlington, Texas for Real Monarchs. They get their first ever win over North Texas. And North Texas suffered just their 5th defeat in 36 games here at Choctaw Stadium in their last 36, it should be said. The hero, Moses Nyman, with a stoppage time winning goal. He is our man of the match, presented by Adidas. The game cried out for a moment of quality. Moses Nyman in the dying embers provided a magical moment for the Monarchs. They get their 2nd win of the season. They're up to 6 points in the table. And it may very well be a moment that jolts Real Monarchs onto the right path this season in MLS Next Pro. James and Olave's group stayed in the game, and boy did they ever reap their reward at the end. They win it by 1-0. Moses Nyman is the hero. Real Monarchs get their first ever win over North Texas. What a finish to proceedings here. It really was a magnificent finish. And that is it for our entire crew. I am Sean St. Jacques saying so long here from Arlington. Well, it took some time for the drama to build here in Texas. Both teams created their best opportunities in the second half of the game. And in the end, Moses Nyman wins it for Real Monarchs by 1-0.
This copyrighted broadcast of MLS Next Pro may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcasted without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.